And we're going to take this approach, we're going to take this program, and we're going to expand it to prisons all across the state of New York, because the cycle has to stop, and we need to give people hope.
That was Governor Andrew Cuomo announcing his intentions to expand opportunities for prison inmates to get college educations. Now, under Cuomo's plan, the state would pay for programs in 10 prisons, something it has not done since a similar program was killed by then Governor George Pataki in 1995. Now, this is a subject that we have profiled extensively over the years here on RFL. A different program, albeit a nonprofit one through private donations, but a program that has gotten unbelievable results. And Dominic, you recently got a firsthand look at how this program works and the results of it.
Richard, I want to tell our audience about a remarkable program that is making a huge difference. And as Richard mentioned, now Governor Cuomo is taking a similar effort statewide to 10 different prisons. I started out, you have to understand the sentiment. And my sentiment was, is this simply a waste of taxpayer dollars? And Richard, after actually sitting at a graduation at Sing Sing Prison in Ossining, it made me a believer and even brought tears to my eyes. Now, odds are, if you commit a crime in New York State and do your time, statistics show there is a 40% chance that you will return to prison at a cost of at least $60,000 a year to taxpayers. But under a program called Hudson Link, not one of the inmates in the college degree program has returned to prison. Not one. So an investment of $5,000 for the education has saved taxpayers $60,000 annually, turning around lives, bringing back families, and providing hope where there was none.
I went so far as to rob my mother after she spent her hard-earned money to send me to parochial school of her opportunity to see her only son graduate from high school in 1988. I had the audacity not to even show up at graduation, and she had to suffer the humility of going to school and picking up my diploma. I had to live with that shame for 21 years.
Why do you do what you do?
I think the question is, why wouldn't someone want to do this? I mean, this is a really great opportunity for people who maybe didn't have this opportunity to go to college or get a higher education before.
How many graduates have ended up back in trouble?
Not a single graduate in 13 years has come back to prison.
You're serious?
Serious.
It hasn't been easy. Nobody handed this to you, but that degree you're getting today from Mercy College is exactly the same degree that they earn on campus. And you deserve it, you earned it, and you guys have accomplished amazing things under great odds.
To see this is it's a lot. And I'm thankful to Mercy College, to Hudson Link, and everybody that was able to do something for my child, to help that when he gets out of here, that he can walk out and do something for somebody else.
With deep honor, I look forward, Richard, to going back to Sing Sing Prison on May 3rd as the MC for another graduation. So to those that are adamantly against taxpayers paying for college education for prison inmates, I say, first of all, go to one of the graduations. See for yourself. And if that doesn't buy you over, simply do the math, Richard. The math doesn't lie.
You know, and thank you, Dominic. Just a little bit more of a backstory, and I know all of us at this table have had some relation to this story. You saw my brother in that piece. There's a relation to the last name. He's chaired at Hudson Link, and first of all, it's nonprofit. All the donations are from private funding, and it comes from people all across the political spectrum here. Listen, I've had to cover a lot of graduations. I've heard a lot of former presidents, elected officials do commencement addresses. Without exception, the most moving commencement addresses you've ever seen are from the valedictorians, from the graduating class who speak, and the families that all sit there. And by the way, not all the graduates are all going to get out, okay? But 90-some-odd%, the high 90 percentile, and this is a maximum security facility, of inmates get out, okay? Now, the rate of recidivism is almost 50%. So if you do the math, and they're going to reoffend and go back because they have no skills when they get out into the workforce, then what's the best thing for us? And that's where this conversation comes up. Already today, Richard, there's been some reaction. There's been some Republicans and even a few Democrats who've said not a good use of public funds, even though there's no definition as to how much money they're spending on this. You were there in Albany when this died on the vine the first time.
I was around with it, not just died on the vine, but it was pulled out by the roots. This was a Mario Cuomo program that George Pataki came in and used as a symbol of liberal cushiness and
get tough on crime.
Look, put aside the numbers for a second. When the government pulled back from this, the private sector, Hudson Link and others, stepped in and proved it works as a matter of common humanity. When you can then add the numbers to it, it just makes a lot of sense. I hope the governor sticks to his guns on this as much as he's sticking to his guns on the estate tax cut. It's the right thing to do.
And you know the stories, guys, and Dom, you were there, you met the graduates, and you've seen teachers are doing this on the arm. This is all, but zero. When you're talking recidivism, for 13 years they've been doing this. And you look at, think about the lives saved when these guys don't reoffend or hurt somebody. Think about the money saved and all that. But more than that, you say, well, this is not bleeding heart, but they get to get out. Don't we want them to have,
but one point you made that I'm glad you did, I interviewed several people that they said, okay, I'm graduating today, but I still have to do 5 more years in prison. So it's not like we're just giving them a degree and they're walking out la-di-da.
And some of them turn down a chance to go to a medium security facility or even to a minute, to stay at a maximum security facility to do the exact same coursework that a kid at college would do under different circumstances, let's say, okay? You're not going to study hall.
Richard, the one point that I want to make out of all of this, even if, somebody watching at home might say, oh, Carter, you bleeding heart liberal. No, I say, not possible.
Not possible.
I say, go look at the faces of the family members. These are people that have had shame related to their family name for 20 years, where they can't hold their head up because they feel shame.
For the first time,
and now, for the first time in their lives, they're proud of their children.
Let's hope the government picks up what the private sector is doing.
Let's hope the governor sticks with this one here, because he's going to have some opposition. Let's see if he will. All right, everybody, we'll be right back to wrap things up.